that's a thing that a bunch of assholes on the internet care about. But they're the same assholes who are real into Game Grumps or whatever. You know, they just want to watch some people be retarded. They just want to watch some people like scream into a microphone for a little while, and yet, like it's like a moral imperative that they have. They're like, you gotta disclose shit. Like that's for some reason a hang up they have, but they don't have a hang up about like content being of any quality at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or even
thoughts being of any quality. It's just sugary candy.
Or even all the like fucking merchandising of Pokemon products that super aren't licensed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how about that for a thing? Like everybody's gonna.
People
like,
would be
buy
all
those
pissed
Pokemon
off.
shirts
You know
and
what?
stuff.
You know what would be funny? People would be all pissed off. Let's say fucking Holly Conrad decides to like do some Pokemon bird shirt or whatever. If she just did that, people would be fine with it. But if she did it and then later it turned out she got paid to do it, there would be hell to pay.
Yeah, people don't like people getting paid for things. Like,
which is funny because the fact that you watch all these motherfuckers' videos is them getting paid. They're like suckering. You are their product, you stupid asshole. Like you are a commodity. The whole thing, like, basically makes me sick. And it's just like, I know exactly why we and Run Button are not popular, and it's just because we're not the exact thing that you're supposed to be. And
Maybe
I don't think it's
day.
possible for us to be. Like, I don't think you can be. I don't think you can just decide to be that.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to even try to be that. Like,
because if you do that and then it doesn't work, then you
You're
just
just-
like sold out, basically. You just like, now you're just some asshole who isn't even being yourself anymore.
yeah.
Like I get trying to make your shit higher quality. You always want to strive for that. But the thing is, like, some people get away with some pretty low quality shit. Like, I was thinking about that when I was listening to How Are You Today. I was like, oh man, Keith's audio isn't perfect. You know, like, it's not 100% perfect. 'Cause he's got a lot of like shit that he's got to do. Like, a lot of the people that he has on as guests are not physically in the room with him, so it sounds like he's having them record themselves. Like, it doesn't sound like he's recording the Skype call. It sounds like he had them like record themselves separately on pretty good equipment, but it's not perfect. It's not like one person in a studio like tweaked everything until it was perfect. You know, it's not like by comparison, I'm just like falling on their swords. Like, I don't even care
This
at
is
this
for
point.
just visual stimuli.
Yeah, this is just visual stimulation while we talk. If what my initial thought was, oh, Keith's audio isn't 100% perfect, like, for example, popular podcast, Hello from the Magic Tavern. And then I thought about it, and I was like, Hello from the Magic Tavern has some kind of shitty audio sometimes. Like the only difference really is just that it's exactly a thing that people would want to listen to.
Yeah. That's
And How Are You
pretty
Today
important.
is How Are You Today is a little bit weird, you know, like it's super funny.
Yeah.
It's super funny, and it's like it's super unique and unlike anything else. Like it's completely Keith. Like it's the only Keith could have made that.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. It's not bad. It's super good. It's just like not a genre that exists or whatever. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And
I think there's
for the most part, people are just not into that. It's kind of like, I almost feel like it's weird that like Tool ever got successful.
Yeah.
Because a thing that they were
They
all
got
about
mega
for a while was
successful.
not being successful. Like,
Yeah.
like when they got their first platinum record or whatever, Danny Carey hung it over his toilet. And when somebody asked him why, he was like, only shitty bands get platinum records.
Yeah.
Like, that was like the scene he was in. Like, that's what he thought. He thought that like shitty people are successful and we're just gonna do our weird thing and have our day jobs or whatever. And then randomly Tool got real successful. And I think that was not their doing. I think that they were just doing what they were gonna do, and that thing wasn't very popular for a while.
Some
And then
marketing
it
guy.
was. Yeah, and then it suddenly was. It just like the late 90s were like grunge and dark metal and shit.
Yeah. That's what I was saying is like maybe one day something more like this will just be in vogue or whatever,
Maybe.
and there will be a market for that.
I feel like
There
you know, it's just a thing where like I feel like we're doing all we can do. I don't know
Yeah.
what else to do. We make stuff that we think is good, and we try to get better at it all the time. And like, what else can you do?
I feel like some people have a really keen sense for like how
Yeah.
they can like turn the thing that they like into a thing that everyone or a lot of people will like Bernie
Yeah.
Burns or whatever.
Oh,
like
three
Robert
times. Human ships have three times.
Like Robert Koo of Penny Arcade
Yeah,
seemed to be that
or
way.
Bernie
Like
Burns, yep.
just like really smart business people, but
Yeah.
also like
Get out of my way, you assholes.
like
Yeah,
in a
those blue
really
ones are not
genuine
hostile.
like I want to like make cool stuff and turn it into a thing people want to see thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we have great sense of that, but what are you gonna do? We have come up with the best ideas we can, and we're just gonna like make them as well as we can.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I like it. Like it'll be cool in 20 years to like we'll just be watching this in 20 years, just like
That's our retirement. Is we're just sitting in a retirement home watching
us play video games when we still had hands.
I'm fine with that. I like the idea of like being able to say that you made something. You know, like
Yeah.
remember that time we made an epic 6-chapter webcomic, or 12 or whatever, however many chapter webcomic,
Yeah.
fantasy adventure comedy webcomic. Remember that time we played every game from our childhoods and put it on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then and it's just there, and you can look at it for evidence. Like
Completing projects is fun.
it basically just feels like if you're not like what people thought, I think, when the internet first started being a thing was like, now everyone and their dog is going to have a YouTube channel or whatever. And the thing is basically like maybe yeah, but like most people are not allowed to. Like it's literally like the world is set up. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're not, because we don't like know the right people or whatever. We are not allowed to be creator people.
Yeah.
You know, like the world has said no. You can't do this thing that you really want to do. You can do it, but nobody's ever going to recognize you for it, and nobody's ever going to care. Like you're like nobody's going to it's insane. Like maybe we're just terrible. Maybe that's what we don't understand. Maybe we're awful at making stuff.
I've thought about that. I don't know. I don't know how to tell. Like all I can do is keep trying to get better and make the best thing that I can. But maybe it's just a butt.
Incoming message from Durandal. The Sphit and myself have come to an understanding. They are controlled through their mechanical exoskeleton by a cyborg 4 on board the alien ship. This mutant 4 is able to direct the actions of thousands of Sphit simultaneously. If you can kill their master, they will revolt. The Sphit are an integral part of the 4 ship. Without them, the invasion is surely doomed, and you will no doubt be the hero of the day. Forever. Durander.
We should kill the Sphit's master.
We definitely should do that.
Oh, nice. Should find a
Powder
fucking
buffer?
save point.
Euphoria. Space floor. Yeah, it just feels like you're not allowed to be a guy, and maybe that's because we're bad at the things that we do.
I think there's.
I don't think that we are, though. And the weird thing about it is, it's like, so this is the narrative that most people who struggled for a long time to success boy at the thing that they wanted to do say, is they're like, yeah, it was real hard for like a really long time, and I almost thought about not doing it anymore like a bunch of times, and then one day it all paid off, and now I'm a forever boy. Now I'm a guy who can just make the thing that I want to make.
Yeah.
And it's like, how long though? Like, how long does it take? Because we're like almost 30. Stephen King was like 30 when his first book, when Carrie, got published.
Yeah.
And like,
I think for some people it takes a long time. I think Ira Glass has talked about that too. Although he was like on radio shows and stuff.
yeah,
He was just making like not super great content.
I think my thing about that is like the argument that person, the person who believes in that narrative, would make is just keep trying for, never stop, never quit, because the only way you can lose is to quit. But like, so what they're saying is, if you're a guy who wants to do something and you don't quit, you will succeed. And I don't know that that's true. I think that there are some people who have
Them
never
walls.
quit. Yeah, them walls. I think that there are totally some people. Well, we're done for the
That's
night.
unfortunate.
There just wasn't a save point. Now we're 2 levels behind. I mean, this is what happened the last time we recorded too. We were like,
Yeah.
second to last time
Yeah.
we recorded, 2 weeks ago or something. We had to go back 2 levels, so I can probably run through those pretty quick next time or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not doing
Mostly
that again
just
tonight.
killing guys.
It's just too much. It's just too goddamn much.
Uh,
Yeah, like yeah, whatever. But the thing is, I think that it's sort of like the American myth of like you could be anything you want to be. Like you can.
yeah.
If you just look at the data about people in the United States, there's almost no social mobility and economic mobility.
And I think
Like,
I'm
and
more.
it's almost like unique to America. Like a lot of other industrialized countries have more economic mobility than we do. We're one of the worst. It's one of the hardest places to get a better job than you currently have or whatever. So why am I supposed to believe that like an even harder thing is like a for sure thing? Like this is something that Cory Doctorow says too. The whole special pleading thing where he thinks that people who argue that everybody who's gotten successful is just lucky, he thinks that that's like a fallacy, like a logical fallacy.
That everyone who makes a good thing will be discovered.
No. He thinks that everyone who makes a good thing will be discovered.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Allah
more.
Akbar,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that what is true is that if you stop making stuff, there's no chance.
Yeah, there's a more sober version of that narrative, which is, yes, if you stop making stuff, then you will die. Like, you have to keep making stuff. But that does not mean that if you keep making stuff, you will succeed.
Yeah.
It just means that you might, but you also might not. So it's just like, I guess, I mean, it's basically just the best thing that you can do. You can just keep trying. And I guess if we end up being super old guys who never success boyed at anything, then whatever, because who cares? Life is meaningless anyway.
I've been on
like, whatever.
DeviantArt for 12 years.
Yeah.
And I have under 7,000 page views, which
You also don't post like a ton of stuff on DeviantArt.
I
compared to
have.
a lot of other people.
like I've posted quite a bit in the past, anyway, and more so recently to some degree. Like, and I think most of those 7,000, like probably at least half are me, just like going there to post something.
Yeah.
So, because like you can see it, you can go there and then the page view goes up. So it's the most successful thing I have on there is like thing I did for a Youth contest one time.
Yeah.
For Red versus Blue, that like still gets favorites and stuff.
We should probably
it's funny
we
just
should
'cause,
probably just like do a little bit of Parasite stuff. We
Yeah.
should probably just start sending people fan art and shit.
Fan art I like fan art. Like it's cool.
It'd probably
It's just
help.
like it's
Like-
just like shitty to like leech onto something.
I mean, I think that you have to though. I think like if we want to
what I'm
ever
saying
be
is
anything-
it's shitty to like just grab onto something that's mega popular right now and sell like a cheap
oh yeah,
knockoff
totally.
of it. Like
Totally, yeah.
to just like do a piece of fan art genuinely and like say, hey, here's a cool thing I made
Yeah.
because I was inspired by your thing.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. But there are ways, there's basically like fairly
Yeah.
tasteful ways and super untasteful
we gotta
ways to do it.
start doing those Chef Brian's so that you can get more time to actually promote the comic, because I can't, like, all I can really do is socialize on Twitter, and that's just with other comics people.
Yeah.
And it's not helping that much.
Yep.
Like,
So
it's helping a little bit or something, but like not that much. And I think the heavy lifting that you can do promotionally for a webcomic is like stuff that the artist does. So we're gonna have to get going on that if we ever want anybody to read our shit. I don't know what to do about YouTube.
yeah.
YouTube is an anomaly to me. I don't understand how channels
think-
start. Like I know Holly Conrad is great, but a lot of her beginning viewers were probably Game Grumps guys.
Yeah.
So then you go to Game Grumps and it's like, when did Game Grumps become a thing? You know, like how did that turn into something?
Chicken or the apple?
Yep. The chicken or the apple.
Yeah. So that was like a little behind the scenes.
for
Writers
us, for the literally no
table.
people who watch these
Yeah.
videos. So, like,
There was that was what we think about sometimes.
that's what we think about some stuff. I don't want to be all like I'm not like maybe I am. Maybe I'm terrible at stuff and this is just us being sour grapes boys or whatever. But I don't think that's what it is. I think that I'm more rational than that. Like, it's not just like me being like, oh, I'm mad because other people are successful. Like, it's that thing that Scott Kurtz says where it's like, other people's success is not your failure. Like, that's totally true, and I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because other people have succeeded, I feel like my failure is greater. But it doesn't mean that my failure is non-existent either.
Yeah.
Like, we are failures.
Yeah.
We are not good at. We haven't. Like, I have literally not ever once in my entire life gotten the actual thing that I wanted.
Yeah. It's
Like,
always
every time I've ever wanted something really
facsimile.
badly, it's,
like
it's
a-
always like an approximation or just nothing.
yeah. Anyway,
And that's been for 3 decades nearly now. I'm 26 years old. Or 25. I guess I'm 25. I don't know how old I am.
quarter century.
But like, and maybe if you're like a 40-year-old guy, you're just like, yeah, whatever, kid. Like I've got shoes older than you. Like, but to me, 26 feels like a long time to like have been working on trying to do anything at all, and to have only ever like I'm getting some success professionally now or whatever, in a industry
totally
that I
unrelated
don't
thing.
really care about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool, but like I have no real passion for it. I'm just doing it for the
It's
money.
funny. It's yeah. It's just a skill that we have some of and
Yeah.
is in demand. Like fucking demand is important for a thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, we should stop.
Yeah.
I gotta go to bed because I'm tired. And we will play this level and the next level again.
That right there, what I just did is like a metaphor.
We're free to make metaphor.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the lesson that Durandal's teaching us again, is
Yeah.
like that none of this whole narrative that we've constructed doesn't even matter.
You
Maybe
like
that's-
killing things.
Yeah, I just like killing things. And then we went on a murder spree the next day.
Which we're not gonna do.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not
Anyway.
gonna do that.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.